What is up, guys? Welcome to the Transparency. Good late morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you are. Come on in. Welcome. I mean, I'm just patiently waiting over here to get this party going with the Karen Reed case. I had these links ready. I don't know why they're not uploading properly. They will, though, in time for you guys to get number one, your booklet to follow along with every witness. Okay, you guys can put together however you feel necessary. Then, as the case is going on, we're going to be talking about discovery. So when somebody is testifying to an exhibit or whatever it may be, it's going to be obviously an exhibit, but if it's going to be like a picture or a statement, whatever, a report, I'm going to be marking that down, and it's going to be really important to show. I put it all in order based on when they asked for the discovery. So this is the first motion that was put in and that discovery. Then you have the third request, fourth, fifth. So all the supplementals, I put them in order. And then with the final one being in September of 2023, that kind of concluded where the stuff that they were arguing about. So I'll be marking up who's testifying to what stuff comes in, what stuff doesn't come in. And I will be updating these so you can download the new PDF each time it's updated. So hopefully that helps you. Because this case is, you guys, there's going to be a lot of people. So if you're following the Karen Reed case, there's going to be a lot of people. And if you want to know, what's going on, it's going to be who's contradicting who. For example, and this is the first thing I'm going to show you guys today, is I want to talk about the police reports. When anybody was interviewed right off the rip. For example, this is Goods. He was one of the first responding officers. Jennifer stated that Karen and John were at the bar together, and at around 12:14 a.m., John texted Jennifer asking where they were going. It's interesting that she brings this text message up, when there was hella phone calls, hella text messages. Jennifer invited them to 34 Fairview Road. Now, I thought that Brian invited people. A short time later, Jennifer stated that she saw Karen and John. Now, you're going to pull up the video, the picture of the house. And when you pull up the picture of the house, where were you at that you saw this happen? Okay. Where were you at? And what time was it? Because I have a pretty big gap of Jen not walking around. She could be with her phone, but she's just not moving, possibly sitting down. But I'm very curious to know, it's going to come up. Where were you at? Where were you physically located that you saw this? That you saw Karen and John pull up in their car and saw the passenger door open? Okay. This is going to be, for me, I want to see this moment. Okay. I want to see this moment. And because it's like, wait a second, you saw the passenger door open. Again, where were you that you saw this? What time? Okay. And you guys will see from the front of the house why I'm saying this. Where were you? Everybody. So not only were you, because then when you get to the daddy's, her husband's interview, he says the same thing. He's talking about seeing tire tracks. Excuse me? This party must have been so boring that I'm staring outside the house and I would be able to tell you guys, oh man, I saw 3-point turn tire tracks. Come on now, y'all. All right. So because we also have her phone data, right? So again, that she saw them pull up passenger, but they never came in, and she never saw the car drive off. So everybody sees this car arrive, but nobody sees this car leave, right? Jennifer just thought, hey, they changed their mind and went home for the night. Well, then if Jennifer thought that, then why is she blowing him up via text? Hello, here, park behind me, do this, do that. Why would you tell him to park behind you? If you saw him park and get out of and saw if you saw the door open up, Alan Jackson is going to destroy Jennifer McCabe on cross-examination. Okay? Is going to be just destroy. Because where did you park? Where did you park that you told him to pull up behind you? Pull up behind you. Where were you parked? This is just going to be bad. This is going to be bad. So I've been going through for all of the witnesses. Okay. And there's a blurb. Some, more than others as far as the blurbs go. And we've got all the way down to pretty much your first, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm really curious to see what Courtney Proctor is going to say on the stand. Now, Courtney Proctor, she's the sister. She's the sister of Trooper Proctor, and I'm really curious to see what she's going to say. Yes, that's my other channel. It's okay. Calm down. We're good. We're good. That's my other channel. No one's using it. It's okay. I'm glad that's what's important right now, and it's totally not important right now. Even if somebody was using it, it's just not important. So, oh boy. You know what I gotta do? I'm gonna go like this. So I asked some people what they thought. Okay. So I asked some people what they thought, like, in order for Karen to be acquitted, whose testimony are you waiting for? Okay. Whose testimony do you think is going to be able to get the acquittal for Karen Read? And for me, I think that it's not going to be one person. I truly don't. I think that Alan Jackson and Yannetti are going to tell a story. And they're going to tell a story when it's their turn, when they're going to put on their case. Okay. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, it popped up and I was sub, but didn't remember it. Yep, that's me. All right, good. We got that taken care of. Thank you. For me, it's going to be that you're telling a story. You're going to go and they're going to poke holes with Cross, and but for me, it's going to be about telling a story, and it's going to be about telling a story and showing the people the dates. So let me show you something. What I think I would do is you want to have like a big board up with a bunch of pin dates. Okay. And let me show you what I would do. All right. You'd have a board like this. Let me get it. And you'd have a bunch of dates. And then you would just have the jury go so they can see when stuff truly happened. Because that's going to be the hardest part, I think, for the jury. So I would have pin dates up there. That's how I would do it. Oopsies. And you know who's notorious for doing that? Jose Baez. Jose Baez is big with having the jurors be able to see stuff visually. And then so when a big thing happened, you would take your piece of paper, whatever you're going to use, and you'd be putting it, in sequential order with those dates. That's what I would be doing. Because I think it's really, really important to show when these people were interviewed the first time, the last time, when evidence was found miraculously. But when Lucky takes the stand and he says, I didn't see a body at 2:30. Okay. I think that's going to be, I think that could go either way. Why I mean that is because if there wasn't a body there at 2:30, then your Google when you type in at 2:27, house longs to die, he wasn't in the cold yet if he didn't see a body at 2:30. But it also goes to the fact of, well, then Karen Reed couldn't have hit him. Okay. So I believe if you get the jury to believe that John O'Keefe went into that home, it's over, right? So for me, there's no doubt in my mind that he went into that home. So if he went into that home, how did she do it? She couldn't have. So that to me is your case, right? So your most important thing is what? And this is where it comes in. Right here. This was motion. What motion was this? Dated April 12th, 2023. And right here. Okay. This is going to win Karen Reed her freedom. Thankfully, because the Commonwealth finally produced a forensic image of O'Keefe's phone to the defense, over a year, the phone was taken, but they didn't have it. As set forth in the attached affidavit of Richard Green, an expert in computer forensics and electronic data analysis, data stored on O'Keefe's cell phone establishes that O'Keefe did, in fact, get out of the car and walk somewhere in the early morning of January 29, 2022, at a point in time when his location was consistent with being in the vicinity of the Albert residence. As defense expert Richard Green set forth in the attached affidavit, location data obtained from O'Keefe's phone establishes that his phone pinged in the neighborhood near the Albert residence at 12:19 and 33 seconds. And again at the location of the Albert residence at approximately 12:24 and 28 seconds. Immediately following his arrival at the Albert residence between 12:21 and 10 seconds and 12:24 and 37 seconds, Apple Health recorded O'Keefe taking 80 steps. 80 steps. God bless it. Yes. And climbing the equivalent of 3 floors with his location data pinging in close proximity of the Albert residence. The only reasonable interpretation of O'Keefe's Apple Health data, okay, again, remember, this is beyond a reasonable doubt, okay? Beyond a reasonable doubt. You have to vote guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And right here, in my opinion, if there is a juror that thinks that this is not evidence right here that would have you 100 saying, I have to vote not guilty because of this right here. This is what it would be for me. The only reasonable interpretations of O'Keefe's Apple Health data is that he entered the Albert's residence, which has 3 floors, between 12:31 a.m. and 12:32 a.m. Apple Health, again, recorded O'Keefe taking 36 steps with no elevation gained for those first 36 steps. Affidavit of Rick Green, O'Keefe did not walk the length of 3 swimming pools. This is funny. O'Keefe did not walk the length of 3 swimming pools and climb equivalent of 3 flights of stairs by circling and climbing on the top of Karen Reed's vehicle. Alan Jackson, this is why we love you. You guys remember I said, you guys could have thought I was being funny, but I said, unless the Alberts have a Stairmaster, okay, unless the Alberts have a Stairmaster in their garage, and that O'Keefe, goes into the garage, gets on a Stairmaster, and starts doing the Stairmaster, okay, how are you going to say that this man went up 3 flights of stairs, equivalent of 3 flights of stairs? And so here's Alan Jackson being funny and saying, well, if you think that these jurors are going to think that O'Keefe got out of the car and was, because remember now, this is how I loop everything together. Ready? Now, Miss McCabe, you said that you saw Karen and John pull up, right? You pull up in the car and you saw the passenger door open, but they never came in and she saw the car drive off. So when you witnessed the passenger door open up, did you then witness somebody on top of Karen Reed's car? Was John O'Keefe on top of the car, jumping up and down? You would have noticed that, right? But you didn't see anybody get out, right? So you didn't see anybody get out. But you would have been able to notice if somebody was on top of Karen Reed's car, right? Jumping up and down. And then coming back down and then trying to climb it again. And you would have seen that, right? Because you said, here, you saw John and Karen pull up in their car and you saw the passenger door open, but they never came in and she saw the car drive off. So so think about this. You saw them arrive, you saw the door open, but you didn't see anybody get out, and then you saw the car leave. Who the fuck is going to believe that? Like, how does he go up 3 flights of stairs? But so this is it for me in terms of, is this trial going to prove who killed John O'Keefe? No, it's not. I hope that that's not what they're going for. This trial is going to prove that Karen Reed did not kill John O'Keefe. Okay. But right here, the only reasonable interpretation of O'Keefe's health data is that he would have entered that home. How do you get 3 flights of stairs? Why do you think that they didn't want to turn over this evidence for a whole year? And I wanted to know if Alan Jackson was just lying to us, right? So then I went and pulled every piece of discovery, all right, in the requests. And there it is. And he was not lying. This is request 8. Okay. Commonwealth's notice of discovery that they supplied. Now comes the Commonwealth in the above captioned matter, and it 1, a copy of the Norfolk County Regional Emergency Communication. 2, copy of forensic image of John O'Keefe's cellular telephone. 3, copy of forensic image of Jennifer McCabe's cellular telephone. 4, copy of Canton Police Department scene photos, electronic copies. Now, what's the date? And there you go. A year later. Okay. Again, this was the first one. So I put them in order. And sure as shit, Alan Jackson does not lie to us. Yannetti does not lie to us. And it isn't for a whole year later, where you see right here, 2/8/2023. You guys, I guess you guys can have John O'Keefe's cell phone. So a whole year not having that discovery. So, and this is what he means by that when he says this right here. Thankfully, because the Commonwealth finally produced a forensic image of O'Keefe's phone to the defense, albeit a whole year. So a full year after the phone was taken into law enforcement custody. This court does not have to rely on the statements of witnesses. So it does not have to rely on this bullshit right here. See how I just rope it all together, y'all? If I'm going to talk about something, I'm going to rope it all together and show you guys exactly the fuckerage that was going on. And so that's why when I hear people want to talk about any case, and I'm just like, who's supplying you your data, like, or who's giving you your information? You know, you're going out there and speaking to tens of thousands of people, and so no, we don't. Yeah, this is what Jennifer said. But I would actually destroy Jennifer on what she said here. I would dig into this a little bit. And I know that Alan's going to, because this is money. So where were you that you were able to see this all transpire? You were just stalking him? Were you just, oh my God, they're here. Okay, here, everybody line up. Okay, they're here. And then when you actually go and you break it down, and this was filed right after that. April 12th, 2023. Okay, so the only reasonable thing that a juror, I don't see. So my point is that if at least one juror believes that John O'Keefe made it into that house, you're coming back with a not guilty verdict. Okay, so that to me, when people say, "What do you think is going to be? What's going to get Karen acquitted?" I believe right here, this is what's going to get Karen acquitted. There is no way in hell that there's going to be 12 jurors that literally say to each other, well, do you guys believe, does anybody here believe that John O'Keefe made it into the house? And if you guys believe that he made it into the house, then Karen cannot be the killer. Karen could have done any of the damage because Karen never came back. Okay. And that means that all these people are lying. And so then you have to say, well, what are the odds that he goes into the house and none of these people see him? They just told us all that they were watching from the window. You know what I was, come on, man. Come on, man. Do you have a Twitter handle so I could share? You could just share this. You could share. I do have Twitter, but I mean, I'm on here. Will we be here opening statements today? God, I was hoping that we would get an afternoon where they said, okay, opening statements will be at 3, you know? But shit, we can't get jurors right now. I can't believe that I cannot believe if there's a case that should have been moved, how this didn't get moved. Oh, you're welcome, EK Sears. I like to cover good shit. This is going to be good shit. This is a cover-up. This is 100% a cover-up. No doubt about it. Not a doubt in my mind about it. Karen Reed's defense team went into strategic mode the last couple weeks of her before you're going to get into selecting the jury. They went into strategic mode, and they decided that they would not put forth any more motions or briefs to support anything that their stances. And I love that move. I absolutely love it, because all they've been doing, Yannetti and Alan Jackson, they've been seriously so transparent with the courts. And I think that they made the decision like, hey, you know what? It's gotten us nowhere. This bitch ain't moving. Bev is not moving. Okay? Bev is not moving. And so we can put all this stuff out there, and they know they know kind of what we're going to be going at and how we're going to be defending Karen. Or we can keep some stuff to ourselves for strategic purposes, because then they won't know what to prepare for with the way that we're going to go about the line of questioning, or what we're going to really point out. So I believe that this will pay off huge. I think that this decision will pay off. Yes, is Karen out? Yes, she's out. It was like, I think there was like $1 million. So, going back to this though, the other thing I want to point out is, okay, I guess we'll use this part. Okay. I can't wait for this guy to be on the stand, by the way. So on February 2nd, 2022, mere days after O'Keefe's death, Massachusetts State Police Trooper Keefe forensically imaged Jennifer McCabe's iPhone 11. And this is from the affidavit of Alan Jackson at paragraph 13. Exhibit L, McCabe gray key extraction report. Rather than simply turning over a copy of the forensic image of her phone to the defense for analysis on May 31st, 2022, Trooper Guerrero conducted his own forensic analysis of the cell phone and prepared a cell bright extraction report. So just instead of you could do all that, but when you get the copy of it, you give it to us. This is how we know that it wasn't provided, is because Jennifer McCabe's phone was turned over at the same time that O'Keefe's phone was turned over, which was with that was right here. Henry the 8th, I am, and discovery notice of 8th supplemental. O'Keefe and McCabe's, okay? And this wasn't until, you guys can see the date down there, which is 2023. Okay, now check this out. So, Trooper conducted his own forensic analysis of the cell phone and prepared a cell bright extraction report, which purported to be a full file system extraction from Jennifer McCabe's iPhone 11 between January 29th and January 30th. Now, Exhibit M is it's his findings on May 31st, 2022 extraction report. The Commonwealth withheld the forensic image of Jennifer McCabe's cell phone and instead produced Trooper G's full file system extraction report to the defense on August 12, 2022. So check this out. When I went back to, when Lally had to sign off on the first discovery dump, this is the first discovery dump. Okay, it's a ton of pages, right? And I want to go to the last page so I can show you the. See, that's June 10th. Okay. Then he's talking about, see, August 17th, 2022. But when you go through this, you can't find anywhere in here anything for Jen McCabe as far as her phone goes. But instead, here, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you on August, what was it? Instead, reports the defense on August 12th. Notably, Trooper G's full file system Cellbrite extraction report of Jennifer McCabe's iPhone 11 failed to show any search history information entered by Miss McCabe on January 29th, including her incriminating 2:27 a.m. search for House Long to Die in Cold. After numerous discovery requests, this is why I printed this off. So if somebody says that they don't think they were hiding this or going to try to bury this or God knows flipping out, I don't know what they were doing. Okay. But Jennifer McCabe would know. So think about this. Oh my God, guys. I totally Googled how long to die. And then I deleted it like you guys told me to. And I deleted all this other shit like you guys told me to. Right? So do you think on the stand when Jennifer McCabe's asked, you deleted stuff from your phone. Why? Do you think she's going to say, this person told me to? Or do you think that she's going to say, I just always delete stuff from my phone? I want to hear that answer. But anyways, notably Trooper G's full, so it didn't have that. After numerous discovery requests and the filing of a motion to compel, which the court ultimately denied, the court denied this motion to compel. Deputy District Attorney Adam Lally finally agreed, even at which the court ultimately denied. They denied their numerous these to compel this shit. But Deputy District Attorney Adam Lally finally agreed to produce the full forensic image of Jennifer McCabe's phone. And that would be on February 8th, like I showed you guys, 2023, a full year later after O'Keefe's death. So they get on that February 8th, they get John O'Keefe's phone and they get Jen McCabe's phone. Notice of discovery. Oh, look at that. 8. Information obtained from the deleted cache of Jen McCabe's cell phone begins to unravel what occurred after Miss Reed left O'Keefe at the Albert residence on January. So when I went back, the reason I think they're going to tell this story is because that's exactly how they keep writing all these motions. It's telling a story. It's like, okay, you guys had your turn to tell your story, and we're going to destroy it on cross. But then we're not just going to rest at that point. We're then going to show you guys the jury, and who I think that they're going to be really hard with, or really big on saying that all it takes is common sense. All it takes is common sense to see that Karen Reed is innocent. That's it. And that's why you guys were all chosen, because you guys have common sense and you guys are not in any way, shape, or form connected to any of the families involved in this case. Oh, wait. Heather, can you fix that? I meant to delete that comment, not remove. So if you could just fix that. And so right here, the notice of information obtained from the deleted, it begins to unravel what occurred, and the web of lies that resulted in the arrest and prosecution of Miss Reed. So the newest version of Cellbrite shows that the Google was done after 6 a.m. No busty D. the prosecution 100% has said it happened at 2:27 a.m. and those times after 6. So the prosecution has already even conceded to this. 100% has conceded to the fact that they used an outdated cell right. A version that's outdated. And that's why they want to give this 19-minute demonstrative exhibit to show how this guy missed it and that it wasn't anything that was sinister. Wait for it. It's coming. So Busty D just trying to keep you with the facts. So how I see them defending Jen is they're going to be destroying everything on cross-examination. But this whole little web of lies, I think that that's that's what's going to be like the story time, is to show how the lies are all connected and when they came and why they came. But Alan Jackson is going to trip up these people like you would not believe. Let's see. I can't wait to hear Alan Jackson question these criminals. Yeah. According to Ms. McCabe's initial interviews with Trooper Proctor on January 29, 2022 at 11:30 a.m., so I want to know who's going to come forward and say that they had John O'Keefe's cell phone and they were running around with it all morning. Because you guys do know that's coming, right? You know that John O'Keefe's phone was like all over the place that morning, right? So who had his phone and why would you be running around with it? It's been very, very quiet talk on that, if you guys haven't noticed. And I can't wait for the bombs on that one. So, Ms. McCabe claimed that she left the Albert residence with her husband at approximately 1:30 a.m. and went home. Now, this is what I think is going to be great, is I would ask Jen McCabe if she does cocaine. Ms. McCabe, do you do cocaine? God, why would you? No. Okay, I was just curious why you were up all night long and you didn't sleep. So, however, as set forth in Richard Green's affidavit, a forensic analysis of her cell phone shows that Jennifer McCabe actually left the Albert residence at 1:47, not 1:30. Moreover, she didn't just drive directly home with her husband as she initially claimed. Instead, the McCabes made the executive decision at 2 a.m. in a snowstorm to drop off two of Brian Albert Jr.'s friends who were in attendance at the party, Julie Nagel and Sarah Lewiston, passing O'Keefe's residence at One Meadows Avenue on their way home. The affidavit of Richard Green is the one that's suggesting that. Now, it's a bit darker. However, as set forth in Richard Green's affidavit, a forensic analysis of her cell phone shows that Jennifer McCabe actually left. Oh, I already said that part. Sorry. The McCabes clearly wanted to know whether Miss Reed would be home to notice if and when O'Keefe failed to return home that morning, or if that privilege would be left to his two adoptive children. Now, isn't that just a way to go, ooh, woo? Or if that privilege, after passing by the descendant's home at 1 Meadows Avenue. Let me ask you a question, Busty D. Do you think that Karen Reed is guilty? I'm just curious because I would love for somebody that actually thinks that Karen Reed's guilty to come up here and sit here and to tell me what evidence points to Karen Reed's guilt. Because I would love to see it, how you think anybody on the jury is going to see it that way. So anybody that's in chat right now and that's listening, if you think Karen Reed is guilty, I would love it if you would take the link to come on up here and to tell me so that you can inform me on her guilt. Yes, you think she's guilty? Perfect. There you go. Take the link. And so, because I need to be informed, because maybe you have stuff that I don't have, which I want all the information to make an educated decision. So you don't think that on the day that John O'Keefe would be found lying in the cold, bloody, beaten up, only just 4 hours, 3.5 hours before that, Jen McCabe Googles house long to die at 2:27 a.m. Like, that's a fact now. That's not like you have two expert witnesses that are going to argue that. They're going to concede that. Like, Jennifer McCabe, I'm with people in the same room. Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but take the link. Clearly, you're not paying attention to them if you're watching this live with the people in the same room. But I would take the link and tell your friends too as well. And you guys should tell us. I think her statement's made at the scene. Okay. So her statement's made at the scene. You don't think, and that's all hearsay, right? That's being reported by hearsay. I'm just trying to, you said, I think her statements that are coming from who? Her or from other people? Because that's hearsay. Alan Jackson going to object all day to anything that's hearsay. So if you could point me to any reports that actually have evidential value, like, hey, the tail light, okay, being smashed. Okay. And when you would point me there, I would say, holy shit, they were collecting taillight for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's just mind blowing to me that the old chief of police, Ken Berkowitz, happened to be just driving by and say, oh my God, I think I see some taillight. Let me pull over and start picking it up. Missing ring camera on John's camera. I think the kids will testify Karen moved his car out of garage. Why would Karen move his car out of the garage? Yes, the witnesses will have to testify to what they heard. That's interesting. Missing ring camera on John's camera. I think the kids you think were up in the middle of the night? When Karen came home, I asked her where John was. Like that. It almost looked like she backed into it on purpose. Like, I don't know. So she could back into it. She wanted to back into it on purpose. Well, isn't the whole purpose that she got isn't it supposed to be that she already had that mark on her car? Well, then wouldn't you really kind of give it a good little you wouldn't just love to have it and do damage to her car. She wanted to do it so there'd be damage to her car. And so she could say that's how it was damaged. So now Karen Reed's covering up for the fact that when she got home, she realized that her car was all banged up. Have you guys ever gotten hit and it's just like a little Yep, to make it seem like that's where she damaged it. Oh my God. So she moved his car. Interesting. Well, don't you think that then this Ring camera footage would be of value to the prosecution? I don't think so, but I thought I'd mention it. She has a warning system on her vehicle. Why back into it? I don't think. Let me ask you something. I don't think she thought that she hit the car. Because normally when you hit something, don't you get out of your car and you check? I know I do, or if someone tries it, I don't just say, oh, I'll look at it later. I'm gonna so I like to hear, I missing 21 on Ring. 21 minutes? Yeah, but who you think Karen, if you guys if you got the download of it, you're going to be able to show that somebody manually deleted that. Just so you know. So if that's in fact true, that you believe Karen Reed deleted the Ring camera that her attorneys kept on asking for over and over and over in discovery, let's bring attention to that, even though our client deleted the fucking shit out of that camera. Well, that's pretty stupid. Okay. I don't know how Canton's ever going to be able to be at peace. I agree. Anyone who believes Karen is guilty, please come on and educate us. No, I really want to know. She told Jen and the other one she damaged her taillight. Again, that's hearsay. That's what Jen and the other one are saying. It's, if you ask Karen, did you say that? She's gonna be like, what? No. Like, that's how that works. I just love it though. I'm like over here like, no, 21 missing times, not minutes, missing 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yeah. And so you think that Karen, while she was sleeping, was doing this? Twenty 21 different times there's stuff missing. I'm not gonna lie, but if I want to, like, the Ring doesn't show her coming home, only leaving. Yeah, I know that. Coming home doesn't show her coming home. I will tell you guys this though too. Ring cameras, they don't always get it, but usually the one on your home usually gets it. But let's be honest, like, it doesn't get everything. So I could see sometimes some of the stuff missing, but I can't imagine that 21 different times slops were personally deleted. And you know what? I can't wait to hear that testimony. I guess no one has good argument points since nobody will come on. Well, here, I'll share it again. People might be at work, so they like to listen while they're working. So you guys, the question is where did John O'Keefe go when he got out of the car? Okay, when he got out of the car, where did he go? How does he walk 3 flights of stairs? "21 missing events that happened." Yes, 21 missing events. Yes. I just think she had same clothes on in the morning, and I think she was up nervous all morning. Well, again, you're gonna have to show pictures of that. So hopefully they have some pictures of Karen. She had her same clothes on. Did the other people have their same clothes on? So then why? Let me ask you this then. Why does Jennifer McCabe Google how long's to die in cold? Okay, now check this out. right here. After passing, by the house, location data obtained from Jennifer McCabe's cell phone shows she arrived back home at her own home at 2:12 a.m. Approximately 10 minutes later, at 2:23 a.m., Apple Health recorded Miss McCabe climbed one flight of stairs, presumably to go upstairs to her bedroom. When questioned by law enforcement as to why O'Keefe never made it into the party, Miss McCabe told law enforcement she did not think anything of it and thought that Miss Reed and Mr. O'Keefe just decided to not come in. You guys, but she says that she was watching. She said, I saw them arrive. I saw the passenger door open, but I didn't see anybody get out. But then I saw them then leave. And so during that whole time, you're going to say you never saw Jennifer or you never saw Karen Reed backing up her vehicle into this man and repeatedly or something like that, or just like, I mean, you're talking like, okay, I can promise you that the 227 is not going to be disputed. And since I've seen Busty D in here on numerous occasions, I'm going to need you to come back after that person testifies, and we're going to have a deal. I will cash app you $5 for a drink on me if I'm wrong, and you have to promise that you're going to cash app me $5 if I'm wrong. But I can promise you they're both going to agree that 2:27 a.m. Google 100% happened. Promise. Both sides are going to agree. But what's going to be the testimony is that the reason that the state missed it is because the guy that was doing the and he's going to do a 19-minute demonstrative exhibit as to why he missed it. But if I'm wrong, I'll buy you a drink. But if I'm right, double D's, busty D's in my woo woo, then you got to send me $5 so I can get a drink on Bev. Because that's the reoccurring theme here is regardless, guys, we're having Bevs on Bev. I definitely will. No money. I don't drink. Well, then it's a firm handshake. Like I said, I welcome to look at it from all angles. Is give me the receipts, man. I think if they open up the door, that can totally come in. That's why I think the line of questioning is going to be very interesting, because if you don't want to open up the door for something, you have to be very careful. That's why I'm also curious who's going to be doing what, direct testimony questioning versus who's going to be crossing, how the defense is dividing up the duties of that, new software 2023, I'll buy you drink. So I'm telling you, I promise you that right here at 2:27 a.m. that morning, after making it safely home and climbing up the stairs to the privacy of her bedroom, the first and only information Miss McCabe desperately needed to Google was how long to die in the cold. How long to die in the cold. Jennifer McCabe didn't sleep that night. So both Karen Reed and Jennifer McCabe did not sleep that night, according to Busty D. Contrary to her assertions to law enforcement, she obviously had a lot on her mind. Data taken from her Apple Watch, again, this is all Jen McCabe, establishes that she was up much of the night pacing. At 2:32 and 13 a.m., Jennifer McCabe took 22 steps. At 3:50 and 38 seconds, she took 24 steps. At 3:51 and 40 seconds, she took 6 steps. At 4:55 and 7 seconds, she took 24 steps. Indeed, Apple Health data obtained from Jennifer McCabe shows that her heart rate was reached an 11-hour low at 12:49 a.m. and a high at 6:42 a.m. Yeah, the software from 2002 didn't pick it up. Lally already said that 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but what did pick it up? Lally said that they agree. So we'll see how that plays out. Like I said, we clear it up. So meanwhile, Miss Reed, the only person with reason to believe O'Keefe was actually missing, grew increasingly concerned with O'Keefe's failure to return home to his children on January 29, 2002, and answer her many phone calls and text messages. So what do you guys think about this ATF agent, right? Brian Higgins, deciding that he needs to go get some paperwork done at 1:30 in the morning. Okay. Like, I'm curious about that. Oh yeah, I want one of those, but mine. You want one? With just mine. I have. Thanks. You guys, I cannot wait for Bev to say, sustained. Sustained. Overruled. Yeah. Yeah, Apple's in business because all their products suck. I'm just gonna say that a lot of cases that I've seen, these products are pretty money. So we'll see. Bingo with Bev. I-64. Mr. Lally. I think Higgins and Albert was up to no good, but for other reasons. Interesting. Would it be drug related? Because I heard drugs were being sold in that area. But that's interesting. I think Higgins and Albert was up to no good for some other reason. That's interesting. Do you think that will come out in court then? Do you think they're going to be like, listen, y'all, we were lying because of this, you know? At the end of the day, it's going to be these jurors that decide. And I just don't think that there's any juror that can all sit into a room and be like, yeah, this woman did it. Bev is a very good judge. Spent her entire career as a defense attorney. Yeah, I know. I didn't. Oh, it was her brother that defended the McAlbert guy that did a hit and run in 1994. Wasn't that Bev's brother that defended him? Chris Albert, I believe his name is. Maybe they were doing drugs in base. I don't know. Well, I'm hoping that Bev brings it because I want to have a beautiful. Yes, Higgins signed a proffer. Why do you think he signed a proffer? Do you think it has to do with the butt dialing? I cannot wait to hear about the butt dialing too, guys. But let's be honest though. So we're all sitting in a room and we're all the jurors. I don't think that John O'Keefe's going to get justice because I don't think anybody's going to find her guilty, and I don't think anybody is going to find anybody else guilty because they have ruined the case. Okay, in 1994, 30 years ago. Yes. So I was right with my information there. Okay. Just making sure. I have nothing more to say to it than that's just a fact. It is a fact in 1994 that Chris Albert killed a man, ran from the scene, and Bev, the judge, her brother defended him, Chris Albert, right? How was he even caught? What a bad criminal. So yes, Higgins signed a proffer. Well, that's interesting because Higgins' defense attorney came in talking about what a great man this man is, and this would be against his character to be involved in anything like this. And he's over there signing proffers. Perfect. Maybe the Sally Port. He knows something or what he was doing in basement. The Sally Port. There you go. Bottom line is, I think Busty D and me can agree that I don't think Karen Reed's going to be found guilty of this crime. I don't think that jurors will be able to say beyond a reasonable doubt that Karen Reed murdered her boyfriend. What do you guys think? There's 180 of you guys in here. What do you think? I can't wait to see the chain of custody of all the evidence. I have to go, but you'll know I'll be back. I know you will be, Busty D. I do appreciate you. See, me and Busty D have totally two different opinions. Perfectly fine. Nope, she did not murder anyone. Sketch. Nope, not guilty. I mean, it all just comes down to this: whether it's can you get over the passive beyond a reasonable doubt? And I don't think that you can. I don't. I don't see how you get the jury to all agree to say guilty and get past a reasonable. There's just no way. Now, unless something crazy is going to be happening where tons of stuff is not going to be going it's going to be all one sided as far as Bev. Well, Busty D thinks that Bev's a really good judge. So, and if that's the case, then I have 100% faith in the fact that there is nowhere near the evidence needed to get a verdict past reasonable doubt. Fuck a third party culpability defense. They're not getting past reasonable doubt. So, I think she's guilty, but there is reasonable doubt. So if you're on the jury, you would still have to vote not guilty. Where does the reasonable doubt come from? Because I think that's a fair question. What part of it gives you the reasonable doubt? 30 years ago, 1994, that was great. Wise gal saying that, you guys, can you believe it? 30 years ago, 1994 was 30 years ago. Thank you, Michelle, gifting out 5 memberships. Who snagged up a green bee? Woo woo. Memberships match day. Who is up to match? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to truth, man. Just be honest. Let's get this, Oh, there you go. Imagine if this was all to avoid being charged for accidentally hitting him while drunk driving. I don't think that's possible because people would have saw him. There's no way that people are leaving that house and not seeing a body there. You guys, come on. I mean, Jen McCabe's telling you guys how nosy she is. She watched them arrive, opened up the door, just didn't say anybody to get out, but then she watches the car leave. But then they leave, and it's not a snowstorm. There's not that much snow, and no one's seeing a body. The bodies at the bodies. And 1994, I was 28 and enjoying my life to the max. Oh wow. Matching Monday, gift 5 Truth and Transparency memberships. Mama J did it. Oh, look at that. Michelle started a train. I usually don't say like run a train on me, but there you guys go. It's the first time for everything. More gifted memberships. What's up, Kendra? How are you, love? Sherlock Kendra Stargazer. Did you change your name? So I have joining us during the Karen Reed case here is hi Mike Droppin. Who else is matching? Michelle's like, I'm the matching queen. I'm going to have Connie the juror, who's from the Matt Moore case, join us at different times to talk about this as a juror and want to know her opinions on, because she served on it was a pretty high profile case here in out of Columbus. They arrested the husband and saying that he killed his wife. She was missing for a while, but the jury, and Connie was one of the jurors, she found him not guilty, and actually she wrote his book. Okay, and she's going to tell us all about this investigation, and it was very, very interesting because she comes out and she's like, in the body cam, the lead investigator didn't want to get dirty and go through and get have to walk through this part of the woods that was dirty, but that it was a really shitty job for investigating. But anyways, I like to hear from people that have been in a situation like this before. But hi, Mike Droppin. Anyways, so with everything that you know about the Karen Reed case, I printed this out because of the preservation of the cellular devices. We're going to have some issues there because people went ahead and destroyed their phones. Can you believe that? There is an order in September 2022. And what are they doing? They're just destroying shit. Motion for production of search warrant and missing. Oh, there's that Ring video. There you go. There you go. This is stuff that I think is going to be important during the case or during the trial. So I print out stuff that I think is relevant. And I think it's going to be interesting, the discovery, what people are talking about and testifying to. And I just want to know when that was turned over and where the, what pieces are, issues. Let's see. I just can't believe this Ring stuff. So if you guys are wondering where the Ring camera footage is, it's right here. Let me go to this. Let me back this up. On November 14, 2022, having not received all of the order video recordings, the undersigned counsel emailed Norfolk County Assistant District Attorney Adam Lally for production of complete archive of Ring video from One Meadows, consistent with this court's October 5th order. See Annetti's email dated November 14th. On January 5th, 2023, the entire defense team participated in a Zoom video conference with ADA Lally, informing him of the discovery material that was still outstanding, including the above referenced missing Ring videos. During that meeting, ADA Lally revealed to counsel for the very first time that investigators had obtained and executed a search warrant for Ring videos. ADA Lally also informed counsel during that meeting that he would produce the requested materials by January 16, 2023. On January 5th, attorney Elizabeth Little emailed ADA Lally to confirm that he would be producing the Ring search warrant as well as the complete production from Ring by January 16th. On January 16th, in case you guys did not know this, and to date, the defendant has yet to receive the Ring search warrant and the complete production from Ring. It is clear that some of the surveillance is missing and or has not been provided by the Commonwealth to the defendant. There are videos that have been produced which depict John O'Keefe's vehicle in different positions, yet not videos of the vehicle having been moved in the interim. So who truly was moving his vehicle is my question. You guys, this is wild for me. Mike Droppin's a new member. Mike Droppin, thank you for your membership. How are you? Each side's going to have their witnesses, guys, as far as experts go. So, I don't know. Welcome. I've been a member for like 12 years now. I know. I don't know. It's been happening lately. Well, when your card gets switched out and stuff like that, who knows? Thank you, Michelle. Oh, people catching their love. Mama J did 5, Michelle did 5, and look at those people that have reaped the benefits. It's unbelievable how many shitty charges there are against innocent people. Damn right. I just think this is so ridiculous. Oh, V, time flies when you're having fun. Thanks for your support. Oh, yeah. V Slam's an original OG right there. You know it. Atlanta, did you know I joined your channel back in 2020? I didn't even realize it's been that long. Well, it could have been 2020. It had to be 2021 because I didn't have a channel in 2020. My first, my shit was, I didn't do anything until March 26th, 2021. I think that's the first one I did. Let's see. What else do you guys want to talk about before I round this out? I've been waiting for this case to start. So I'm going to need the jurors over there to get their shit together so we can start tomorrow, okay? Okay. Love all the new members. Yes. Yes. I'm mocking you. I'm making you a graphic. Name a color you like besides black. A graphic. Red. 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 Oh, can I have some of those? Can I have some of those gummy bears? I want to infuse them. How long do you think I should infuse these? Black and gray is amazing. Black and gray. Sending love, Lana. You work so hard. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm ready for this, you guys. Let's see. Cannot locate what? Oh, I put the gummy bears in that. I think it's going to be interesting to hear what Caitlin Albert has to say about when she left the house. And her boyfriend Tristan picking her up 3 minutes before Karen Reed supposedly arrived. Interested in seeing that. Replay, but what about the text between Karen's and Guy? What guy? A few days to infuse them. It's worth waiting. Infuse them till all the liquid is absorbed. Oh, perfect. Can we infuse with Jameson? Have you guys ever had that? Jameson infused. Or is it only vodka? Why is the dog gone? Oh, well, guess what? Guess who is testifying right here? Right here, we're going to hear from these two lovely people, Michael and Cheryl right here. Married to Cheryl at the time that Chloe, the Albert's dog, attacked Cheryl, his wife at the time. Married to Michael, and this was at the time that Chloe, the Albert's dog, attacked her. So we're going to hear about this dog attack. Okay, those are witnesses 8 and 9 for the defense. So the dog is going to come out. Nancy, what is good with the wrench? Hard with the right hand. Almost done. Oh, good. Woohoo, Nancy. What do you guys think? I don't know about the Jameson. Sounds gross, but you guys love it, so might as well. I was trying to think, what can I infuse my gummy bears in? The Karen Reed gummy bear. So out of all the coverage that you guys go to, I've been on vacation. Well, thank God somebody is. Don't be sad about that. Be happy. Karen Reed case, what's your go-to? Where do you like to get your information from with the Karen Reed case? Crown or Jameson, either will work. Oh my God, Nancy is my favorite human. Always, girl. Ah, there she is. Mic dropping and Nancy. I'm taking you guys back to the Watts days. Oh, talking about the Watts case. Chris Watts' house, old house, Shanann's old house, back on the market. Woo-wee. They just need to wreck the house. I am so anticipating if they have movement of John's phone after 12:45 during the time JM kept calling him. Yes, because they've kept it all hidden. They've kept it all under wraps. So I'm very curious about that too. 13th Euro, Melanie Little, and TB, of course. There you go. Good. Yes, with AD. Yeah, so in case you guys don't know, but Chris Watts' house, Shanann's house, back on the market. So those of you guys that are all obsessed with Watts, go. You guys should all go buy it. Let's take a look here. We'll try to infuse some gummy bears. Okay. So how long do you guys think that'll take? We'll just come back in 8 hours. Gotta put a couple green ones in there. Couple green. I'll tell you what. If Karen Reed's found guilty, I lose all faith in humanity. I lose all faith. Actually, not humanity. I lose all faith in our justice system. Because if I was Karen Reed, I'd almost go bench jury. I'd go bench jury with these facts. Because, you know, you say to yourself, okay, I'm innocent. I know I didn't do this. I know I didn't do this. But then you're going to leave all of this in the hands of legit the jury. Keep your teeth good so you can continue to eat those gummy bears. Yep, I keep my teeth well. Yeah. Cops suck. I got pulled over in my driveway for no working taillight. Then when I proved they lost, Def worked and were working, he acted shocked like it was some kind of magic. What a bunch of cocksuckers. Loopy vodka. Oh, I love loopy vodka. Yeah, the 3 olives loopy flavor. Yeah. If she's found guilty, she already has so many grounds for an appeal. It's not even funny. 100. But dude, she's going to have to do her appeals in prison. That's what's crazy. But I just look at it this way. I don't know if Karen Reed did it or not. Do I think that she did it? No. But if I was a juror and I'm sitting in a room with people and they're over here telling me that they can seriously say guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, I would be like, what is your fucking name, man? What is your name? Because I need to make sure that my kid is not friends with your kids. Because whatever you're teaching them, I don't want my kid around it. Kids, you're not hanging out with juror number 17, 34, 196. How many jurors do you guys think they've gone through? Will Karen be called to testify? I don't think so. I don't think that they need her to. Why would you? I believe Alan Jackson's going to say, no, absolutely not. They don't need her to. Testify to what? I didn't say that. You know what I mean? Testify to what? I don't see it. The mob mentality is crazy in that town. No contact, please step back. It's right. Okay. So I want to give you guys a little sample of how this is going to work with bingo. Okay. Since I have a handful of you guys in here, I'm gonna go show you guys an old live broadcast of Bev. Okay. And this is how this would work. So those of you guys are going to be playing, it's every hour on the hour, a new game starts, right? And so here we go. If we type in Karen Reed pretrial motion, pretrial hearing. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. And this is just so you guys to understand how this is going to work. This is why you guys want to watch the trial with us here. Okay. Oh God. Okay. So right here.
In order to admit it.
Okay. So here we go.
Defendant has stood here. Defense counsel has stood in this.
Okay. So it's only words. So at 9 o'clock, I'll say clock starts 9 o'clock. You guys are hitting a link, and you guys, what it does when you hit the link in the community section, a card pops up, and it has taken the 75 words that we have in our word bank, and it has randomly jumbled them up so that you're going to have X amount of those words on your bingo scorecard. Okay. So let's say this was the start of the day or the 9 o'clock time. Here we go.
This court repeatedly stood here and in other venues and in their pleadings espousing various third-party culprits.
Third-party culprit is one of the words, so we would say third-party culprit in chat, check.
Theories or scenarios. But now that it's time to actually try the case in the courtroom, I don't have...
Courtroom is one of the words.
Have a motion from the defense.
Motion is one of the words.
To admit third-party culprit testimony. So, and as you're well aware...
Testimony is one of the words.
I have to make findings before any mention of any third-party culprit evidence or even an
evidence
goes before the jurors.
Juries is not one of the words.
In order to admit it, And given that I have no information at all, I mean, I don't know who the third party culprit is, even after reading 4,500 pages of discovery.
Discovery is one of the words.
I don't know what motive a third
Motive is one of the words.
party culprit might have. I don't know how it's relevant. I don't know if
Relevancy is one of the words. So it's only things that Bev can say. Okay. But each game is different. So at the 9 o'clock hour, it's just a single bingo. Then at the 10 o'clock hour, it is a double bingo. Then at the 11 o'clock hour, so we have the different games and it's just, and it's to make you want to come here, okay? And if you're going to watch a trial, you might as well enjoy yourself while watching it, right? Now, Bev is not going to be talking like this, though, because during the trial, she actually does minimal talking, all right? So that's the other thing is, hey, you might want to catch Lana. Her opening statement has caused a mistrial. She said the crime took place at John's house, that they left the bar and went home. I know that she messed up in her intro, but I don't believe it caused a mistrial. But we'll see. Bev loves to use her sex operator voice. Yes. And the middle free spot is Bev. Okay. I took a picture of Bev, giving her as her favorite. But purpose is that obviously she's talking way more than she will be talking. But it's only what Bev says. So it's nothing what Alan Jackson or any of the lawyers say or any of the witnesses say. It's only what Bev says. And what we'll be doing is we will be keeping track in chat. And when you believe that you have bingo, okay, the link will be pinned, okay, and you will hit the link. You'll write bingo in chat. And if you say bingo and you don't have bingo, you're automatically disqualified. So don't be putting bingos in chats. But then you have to hit the link, and then you're going to show your bingo card. And if it's true, you get $5 cash app to you because it's called Bevs on Bev. So we are giving away beverages on Bev. So Truth and Transparency is paying $5 out for every single game. The winner, if there's not a winner, because some of these are coveralls, and so sometimes there's not going to be a winner. Somebody may miss their bingo, but once there is a winner, that hour ends, and then we wait for the 10 o'clock time. So this way, you guys will know what time they start, and hey, to be here at 5 minutes before the hour, because we always cut the time at the 55 mark, and we're transitioning into the 10, the next hour. And I just remind everybody what the bingo is. So, again, you can see everything on the community page, but we're going off of just what Bev says. And this is a way to interact and follow along with the trial, because sometimes they can be boring, right?
If it's remote or if it's current. I don't know if it's speculative or if it's relevant. I don't know if it will prejudice or confuse the jury. And if it's hearsay.
Hearsay is a word, so is prejudice.
I have a whole other series of factors I have to consider. So, Mr. Yannetti.
Mr. Yannetti is a word.
Are you pursuing a third-party culprit defense?
We are, Your Honor, and I'm prepared to address that. The Commonwealth has raised the issue, and I am prepared to address that today.
So you filed your motions first, and you did not raise it. So if the Commonwealth had not raised it, you did not move to introduce it, correct? I have no motion from.
No, I understand. I understand, Your Honor. If you'd like something in writing for us, we can do that. I have a full argument prepared.
All right, so who?
So anyways, just so you guys can kind of see how this is. But is raise a word? Raise is not a word. Raise. Heavy breathing is not a word. So.
Is the third-party culprit?
We are under no obligation to name any specific third-party culprit.
How am I supposed? So you're prepared to argue all this?
I'm prepared to argue it, Judge.
All right, so we will get to that when we get to the Commonwealth's motion.
That's fine.
Now, the second thing I want to address, because again, it's very important at this point, the motion regarding the DNA.
DNA is a word.
Regarding excluding the DNA. Mr. Lally, why should I not allow that motion?
Mr. Lally is a word.
For a couple of reasons, Your Honor.
Now, so obviously everything that he says, it doesn't even matter. So I'm just trying to get you guys all prepared for this will be so much fun, y'all. Yes, it is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast. And remember, it's only stuff that Bev says. Okay. And then so when you get like, for example, every day at 3:00 is the last bingo of the day. And it is a surround Bev's head bingo game. And it's so you have every box that touches the free spot. You have to get those, okay? And so it's from 3 p.m. until either we have a winner or once the day is over, then there's going to be some games there may not be a bingo winner because nobody got bingo in the time allowed or but when you have bingo, all you got to do is write in chat bingo, and then you click the link and you show me your card because we're keeping track of what words were said. Oh, boom. Yep, that is a bingo. Or nope, that's not a bingo. So is there a coverall I haven't gotten to check yet? Well, there's 2 that are really close to being coveralls. I think I determined that it would probably be pretty difficult to get a coverall during the time frame, but the 3 p.m. one is the surround Bev's head. So, and then the one before that is all the outside edges. So we have a living on the edge with Bev and we have surround Bev's head. So those are the names of the games. And there's a lucky 7 bingo where you just have to get 7 anywhere. The first one is 7. Not including the free space. And then we have a double postage stamp and then a single bingo, a double bingo. And I think that's everything. There's one at 9, 10, 11. Then we break out for lunch. And then there's one at, we resume. So 1, 2, and 3. How about 4 corners? 4 corners is part of the single bingo. So we will show our faces. I need to get my Atlanta twin cousin. No, you don't have to show your faces. You just have to show your bingo card. So if you want, you could just have your, if you just put your camera down on your phone. I mean, on your, you put your camera on your bingo card. And how do you get a bingo card? You will print it off because you're going to click the link and they generate themselves and it's all random, jumbled all up. But there's 75 different words that you can get. And I read off, and go to the community page, you can see all the words that are available that you could possibly get. So is this every day of the trial? You're damn right it is. Yes, it is. As soon as we get a jury, as soon as we go to opening statements. So I was thinking that today they're probably just going to write all the way out, have their jury, maybe do jury instructions, but I'm looking for possibly for this to start tomorrow. I was hoping that we would have started today, but they can't find jurors over there, I guess. They're having a hard time. I love bingo, all kinds every day. Yes, bingo is the slam. Okay. And then I plan on having, so you're going to be able to see the trial with no interruptions, guys, by the way, because we're watching it. But it's for the first game, just to remind people how to play. But yeah, there was no court on Friday, so they lost today. I don't think they're doing court on any Fridays, so we might want to check that out. Is objection the free space in the middle? No, just Bev's head is. So everybody gets Bev's head. So it's Bev given the great. Now I've got to figure out a way to connect my printer with my phone. Oh, you don't have to. If you take a screenshot of your digital card, you could then email me your digital card and I would let that slide. So if you can't say that you click the link or you say you have bingo, screenshot your bingo card. And then if you send it into my email, I can look at it that way. Bingo with Lana, don't threaten me with a good time. You know that. It's bingo with Bev though, because I just can't wait for her. I mean, I was going to kind of do some outrageous words, but I just thought.
Number one, what I can provide to the court by way of update is that.
Let's go back.
And a third-party culprit defense.
We are, Your Honor.
I don't know if it's speculative or if it's relevant. I don't know if it will prejudice or confuse.
See, I was going to do that the middle free space was if Bev wore her hair up or hair down for the day. Because I don't think I've ever seen her hair with her hair up. So does Bev, gonna have her hair up or hair down. You just get one card for all. Yeah, you just stick with the same card. Yeah. And then each game it resets. So like during that next hour, the word motion is back in. But once they say it once, it's not like there's gonna be cards that have motion written like 50 times or something, 10 times. So do we win a tail light? No, you just win shots or coffees. Yeah, or just send it to Staples. They can print it for you. It is only when jury is present. Yeah, it's only when the jury. Yes, we're doing at the top of the hour. Oh, sidebars for this case are being not recorded on the mic. If they're hearing a motion though, and it's part of the trial day, we're good. We're on. So it's not going to include any sidebars because they're going to keep the sidebars to themselves. I love making bingo boards. I've made impeachment bingo. There you go. Yeah, every game it's a $5 winner. So the rules are in the community page. Okay, there's rules here. It's a $5 winner for each game. There's 9, 10, 11. So there's 3 games in the morning, and then 1, 2, and 3 games in the afternoon. So yep, I've been waiting for Lana's bingo since September of 2023. Good. Well, we got to get this going. But it's something I wanted to do for this channel with when we're going to be watching a bunch of trials, to give people that may not like trials, they love bingo, So come pay attention because you have a chance to win bingo. So yep. So have a Bev on Bev. I truly do love bingo. I can't wait. Yep. And mods, you're allowed to play. You are allowed to play. This is such a good idea, Lana. I need something to keep my... Yes, that's why I did it. This is because I wanted to keep people's interest, and I wanted to give people, trust me, guys, there's some stuff that is boring. Okay. But hey, you're following along because, I got to get my coffee. But all that needs to happen is you get your money by I sent out the Cash App. So you just have to give up your Cash App, and then boom, it's instant. There you go. Again, the name of the game is Have a Bev on Bev. We're giving out Bevs. And you can have it in the form of a coffee, or you can have it in the form of a shot, whatever fancies you. Heather and I are playing tag team. It's only fair we got to keep to this. I know it's such a rowdy crowd in here. We're playing bingo tonight. Monday night's bingo night. So yeah, if you're might as well come over here and watch the trial. If you're gonna watch it. Anything else before I end this thread here with I'll be on later to talk more about the Idaho 4 cases. You guys that follow that. What else? Like I said, we're just waiting to pull the trigger here. We just need some jurors. We need some jurors. I will love to play. There you go. Yes. Again, you're going to get your ticket by going to the community page and clicking on the link, and then it gives you a card. So we all know Bev's going to have plenty of Bevs throughout this trial. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want her job. I almost feel like there should be 3 judges for murder. 3 judges for a murder case. Objection. Sustained. Overrule. Sustained. All right, it's sustained. He could have went up and down a set of stairs less than 4 times. Yeah, that puts him inside. I'd be putting vodka in that water bottle if I was her. Does she have oh yeah, here, let's hear Bev's voice one more time.
Confuse the jury. And if it's hearsay, I have a whole other series of factors I have to consider. So, Mr. Yannetti, are you pursuing a third-party culprit defense?
We are, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Yannetti.
I'm prepared to address that. The Commonwealth has raised the issue, and I am prepared to address that today.
So you filed your motions first and you testimony. So, and as you're well aware, I have to make findings before any mention of any third party culprit evidence or even an opening goes before the jurors.
And by the way, that's been decided. The defense cannot talk about third party culprit during the opening statements. Third party. Mr. Yannetti. Mr. Yannetti. Mr. Lally. I'm sorry, but Bev just gets me going. Bev just gets me going. I don't know which way, but she gets me going. Honorable Beverly. So you guys know that when they had that Zoom meeting, or I'm sorry, that Zoom hearing, somebody was on there and they said, "Fuck you, Bev." I about died. Fuck you, Beverly.
In order to admit it, given that I have no information at all, I mean, I don't know who the third party culprit is, even after reading 4,500 pages of discovery. I don't know what motive a third party culprit might have. I don't know how it's relevant. I don't know if it's remote or if it's current. I don't know if it's speculative or if it's relevant. I don't know if it will prejudice or confuse the jury.
Right there, we just had Bev say 50 words. First one to get that bingo.
And if it's hearsay, I have a whole other series of factors I have to consider. So, Mr. Yannetti, are you pursuing a third-party culprit defense?
We are, Your Honor, and I'm prepared to address that. The Commonwealth has raised the issue, and I am prepared to address that today.
So you filed your motion.
Okay, so let's go back to see what Bev said when she wasn't supposed to be saying anything. Let's go to Karen Reed, jury selection. Beverly. What the heck's it? Canone? Something like that. Oh, here we go.
Selection beginning today in the murder trial of Karen Reed. We are still waiting from decisions from the judge that could bring changes to the case.
Yeah, WBZ's Penny Commit live outside the Norfolk Superior Court in Dedham with a look at what we can expect, Penny.
To 3 other men. The judge is expected to rule today on whether to allow that defense. But before we can even get into any of that, a jury must be selected.
I think it's even more powerful and poignant in this case to find out if any of the potential jurors have even a slight bias against or in favor of police officers, because the defense is essentially going to be blaming it on a bunch of other officers. So it's a challenge in cases like this to get an impartial, fair jury, but not impossible.
And because of that challenge, this jury selection expected to take several days. And then the trial itself, we're told.
Penny, come here, girl. Come on. Let's see what else we got going on.
Jury selection continues this morning in the murder trial of Karen Reed. Reed is accused of hitting and killing her police officer boyfriend and then leaving him to die in a blizzard. WBZ's Penny Commit is live in Dedham with the very latest on this case. Penny?
Well, Kate, it's been a very eventful week, both in and outside of the courthouse here. Things are going to resume today. Jury selection is still underway, but attorneys are hoping that they can finalize the jury panel today. As of now, 12 jurors have been selected, but we're still awaiting those 4 alternates to be picked. Today, the judge will also be considering a motion from the defense team. They are requesting that the jury box actually be moved. That way the full panel can see witnesses' faces while they testify. Today, we're also hoping to hear about a decision about what evidence can be used in court. That includes DNA from a piece of hair that was found on Karen Reed's bumper. Reed herself.
Wow, they want to move the jury box. Listen to this. Also check this out. But we still do not have anything to do about this piece of hair. I'm telling you, if she does not rule on this hair, then the prosecutors better not be able to use the hair in their opening. That's how I feel about the fucking hair.
Has been in the courtroom every single day for jury selection so far. This is something that legal experts say will be good for her case. In a way, it kind of humanizes her and shows that she is present. In Dedham, I'm Penny Kmet, WBZ News.
And we will be streaming the Karen Reed murder trial live once opening statements begin. You can watch it on CBS News Boston.
We will be streaming it live once it all happens, and we're playing Bev Bingo, so please join us. Those free Karen, please. That's a really strong piece of hair. Totally strong piece of hair. Fascinating. Can we see the pockets again, please? So let's go back and take a look. Let's see. I know that she gave juror instructions, maybe. So let's see the Karen Reed jury instructions.
People outside of this building have rights, and we know that they have voices. But this criminal trial will be decided by an independent jury, free from outside interference, based only upon the evidence presented in this courtroom and the law. This is the only way to ensure that every person who comes before the court receives a fair trial. It is just that simple and that important. So, while public comment will likely continue, the rule of law will be upheld. People outside of this building have rights, and we know that they have voice.
Oh, shit. Let's see. Oh, wait here.
Selecting a jury today in a criminal case that you just heard, Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. The Commonwealth alleges that on the morning of January 29th, 2022, at approximately 6:04 a.m., the Canton Police Department received a 911 call reporting an unresponsive male party in the snow outside a residence at 34 Fairview Road within their town. Officers responded and discovered the male party, later identified as John O'Keefe, off the roadway in the front lawn area. Officers identified 3 women with Mr. O'Keefe, one of whom was the defendant, Karen Reed, the girlfriend of Mr. O'Keefe. The defendant had been with Mr. O'Keefe the previous evening at 2 different bars in Canton and had driven with him to his residence in the early morning hours of this date. Mr. O'Keefe was treated by paramedics from the Canton Fire Department and transported to the Good Samaritan Medical Center, where he was later pronounced deceased. The Commonwealth alleges that the defendant struck Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle earlier that morning and then left the scene while Mr. O'Keefe lay injured in the snow during a blizzard. The defendant denies that she has committed these or any crimes alleged in this case, and she has pled not guilty. So the defendant is charged, as you've heard, with second-degree murder and also charged with manslaughter while operating under the influence and leaving the scene after causing personal injury or death. I will describe these crimes in detail at the end of the case when I teach the jury the law, but briefly, murder is the unlawful killing of a human being. In order to prove the defendant guilty of second-degree murder, the Commonwealth must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant committed an unlawful killing and that it was done with malice. In comparison, involuntary manslaughter is an unintentional, unlawful killing caused by wanton or reckless conduct. These terms and the elements of the crimes will be explained to you in detail at the end of the case before you begin your deliberations. Now, at the outset, I would like to address the issue of public interest in this case and the duty of this court to adhere to the rule of law. John Adams said that we are a government of laws, not of men, and that the law must be deaf to the clamoring of the public. He meant that while public opinion about a given subject may ebb and flow, the law must be steady, reliable, and even-handed. We know that in the subject of this case, there are people advocating for one outcome or another with intensity, but without the benefit of having heard or seen any evidence at all. The law works in a different way, and the difference is crucial to our system of justice. The jurors selected for this trial will hear and judge the evidence. They will decide what the facts are, And where the evidence is contested, they will determine where the truth lies. Ultimately, the jury will decide whether the Commonwealth has carried its burden of proving that the defendant is guilty of any crime beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certainty. People outside of this building have rights, and we know that they have voices. But this criminal trial will be decided by an independent jury, free from outside interference, based only upon the evidence presented in this courtroom and the law. This is the only way to ensure that every person who comes before the court receives a fair trial. It is just that simple and that important. So, while public comment will likely continue, the rule of law will be upheld.
All right. Well, I didn't hear her say anything that was wrong, so I have no idea. I don't think there's a mistrial.
Good morning again, counsel. Good morning again, Ms. Reed. Good morning, jurors. My name's Beverly Canoni. I'm a judge of this court, and I want to welcome you here this morning. Jury service, as you know, is one of
Jury service. Okay. So I just want to know if that's a green screen back there. Are those books real or what? Anyways, we have we need 4 more jurors. I don't even know if this is going to start tomorrow. Your alternates matter because I think people are going to be getting tossed left and right. So, that's messed up. Not on another officer's lawn. What? Oh, cannoli, holy cannoli, Bev Cannoli. Can't stop. Wait, stop it. Her name is Bev Canone, right? It's not cannoli. I need you to get it together. No, it's not a green screen. Books are real, but no one's ever opened a single one of them. I'm sorry. I don't think there's an issue about what Bev said. Not at all. Holy Bev Cannoli. Come on down. You're the next witness. You guys, 170 witnesses. Come on now. Over and under. I'm saying that this takes us 7 weeks unless there's a mistrial in the middle of it. And so I'm going to give you the actual days. I'm going to count. There's going to be actually 29 days of trial. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going 7 weeks unless a mistrial in the middle. My over and under is 29 days. So do you think it's going to be more or less than 29 days? Like, that's a long time, right? I went 7 times 4, 28, and I decided to pump it up 1. Because I swear they're only doing half days on Tuesday and Thursdays are only half days. So I don't know. I personally think that this jury should be sequestered. No cell phones, no nothing. No talking to your family. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Join me later. Thank you guys, mods. Again, Michelle, thank you for starting the train. Mama J, thank you for carrying the train. Mike dropping, thank you for being a member and a wrench here. Nancy, thank you for getting your ass back from vacation and dawning us. But you're going to be here for the trial. Karen Reed, check it out. I'm telling you guys, this case is going to blow people away, especially the digital evidence. And those of you guys that are following my Idaho 4 case, this case is going to be important for you to see this case and then compare it to what they can do in the Idaho 4 case. Reed Slims, thank you so much. I missed it. When does it start? We're waiting for the jury to be selected. So they still need 4 more jurors. So we'll see how many. I mean, if they think that they can get through to today to get the rest of the jury selected, then they can start tomorrow. Do you know how much money this has to be costing Karen Reed? She's putting up these lawyers in Boston, 2 of them from LA. They have a private driver, and this hasn't even started trial yet. Like, I mean, the jury selection is kind of trial for the attorney. So, all right, guys. See you later. Cheers. Call me Mike dropping. Peace.